We talked a lot at the beginning of this day about the teams that had the most picks in this draft, and the teams that had the most picks on day 3 were playoff teams from a year ago. One of those teams, the San Francisco 49ers, the NFC representative in the Super Bowl, and the head coach of the Niners joins us now on the NFL Draft with a Bud Light team report. Here we go. Jim, thanks for being with us. Listen, we talked a lot at the beginning about the fact that yourself and the Ravens were the two teams that had the most draft picks coming into this entire 3-day process. You with 13, 12 for the Ravens. What does that do to help you replenish a roster that is already loaded with really solid talent?
That's a real positive thing. You can have the most, but can you have too many? We think not. So we're very pleased with the players we've acquired. I can't wait to get them into our organization and our football family. Theme has been strong players, big guys that play very physical. And so far we've done that. Trent Baalke, scouts, coaches, everybody's done a marvelous job.
Well, let's start with your first pick, Reid out of LSU. Obviously a need there because Deshaun Golson left to go to the Bucs. What did you like most about Reid?
I liked his ability as a safety to be somebody who can play the deep part of the field, the deep middle, the half, play with range, play with speed, play with length. Also the ability to play in the box, tackle, get guys down on the ground. Again, a lot of range, coverability, contact courage, et cetera, et cetera. I think he's a very smart player. He's a very, very fast player and a very physical player.
Well, you get a couple of defensive ends, and the Niners have had a great push the last few years with the Smith brothers and everybody else getting after the quarterback. What do you like about Carradine and Lemonier?
Again, big men, athletic, very physical. Like Tank's ability to rush the passer, same with Corey. Both those guys can put pressure on the quarterback, play physical. Tank can play on the edge. He can also play inside. So Corey can help us on special teams, can help us as a pass rusher, outside linebacker, defensive end, in the nickel sub package.
On the offensive side of the ball, you get Quinton, Patton, the wide receiver out of Louisiana Tech, who was extremely productive in the 2 years he was there. Were you surprised he was still on the board when you were able to take him?
Yes, we were. And we had a very, very high evaluation of Quinton. Liked the way he approached the Senior Bowl. I mean, it was not a big stage for him. He just competes. He does that in ball games and the big games. You alluded to some of the big catch games he's had against very good competition. Feel like he's a competitor. That's what I really like about him. When the ball's in the air, he's competing for it at all times. And so I'm really excited about him. Very surprised he was there, but I feel very fortunate to acquire him.
And Jim, perhaps one of the more interesting picks in the entire draft goes your way as well. Running back Marcus Lattimore out of South Carolina. 2 knee surgeries coming off that devastating injury we saw, but he made such great progress. He was working out and showing people some of his moves at the pro day. What did you see in Lattimore already in his rehab that made you think he was worth of that pick?
Well, there's another running back that has been a great back in the National Football League and a future Hall of Famer, and that is Frank Gore, who also had multiple ACLs and knee injuries when he was in college. But different times, different people, different players. Great athleticism, very strong runner, very elusive runner. And then you get into the person. You feel this is a unique person in Marcus Lattimore. I was able to get Marcus's mother on the telephone, and the purpose was just to tell her what a wonderful job she has done raising Marcus. He is a unique guy. I know there's a lot of special people out there, but what Marcus has done, what people say about him, is off the charts. His work ethic, his perseverance. So we're betting on Marcus Lattimore, and I think that is a great bet because he's a very hard worker. And if there's anybody that can come back,
look at the bottom of the screen.
Gone through the last 6 months, it's going to be him. That's our opinion. So can't wait to get him into the building because he's going to be a great teammate.
Well, every everybody that's ever spent any time with Marcus Lattimore says the exact same things about him that you just said. Is the plan to redshirt him basically for a year and see what happens there?
Well, the plan will be, and we shared this with Marcus and with Marcus's family, that we're going to get him here, and he will not be on the field until he's 100% and ready to go. So if that's 6 months, if that's a year, then so be it. But we're going to take great care of Marcus Lattimore, and we feel that we're going to be rewarded immensely.
Well, he has a role model there in Frank Gore and the things that he's gone through. You mentioned competitors, Jim. Your players drafted are competitors. We know you're a competitor. Your brother John just completed one of those tough mudder competitions where he's crawling through the mud and picking up logs and all this stuff in a 5K. Are we going to see you do that anytime soon? You going to do that anytime soon?
Do the tough mudder?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say that I got that planned, so probably not.
Okay.
Saving my energy for the football field.
Probably a good idea. Jim, we appreciate the time. Thanks for being with us.
Okay, thank you.
Jim Harbaugh, head coach of the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. And we take a look at the GMC never say never moment when it comes to the 49ers. And what a job they've done in rebuilding. They entered the 2010 season or ended it with a 6-10 record. Mike Singletary was let go, and in comes Jim from Palo Alto and Stanford to become the head coach. It worked out well. 13-3, beat the Saints in the divisional game. Vernon Davis scored 2 touchdowns. Of course, they lost to the Giants in the NFC Championship game with Lawrence Tynes kicking the game-winning field goal. They went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They made it one step farther this year. Fell behind early, had a great rally, and came oh so close to scoring that touchdown on the final drive before losing 34-31. Your GMC never say never moment. We talked about Marcus Lattimore and the things. It sounds like they have a plan for him, and they're all set up with what they want to do. But again, it goes back to, Trent, what we've talked about so many times, whether it's this organization, Seattle, Baltimore, they have a plan on how to maintain their level of excellence.
They have a plan for everything.
Yeah.
And I think organizationally, Jed York starts, though.
Absolutely.
Done an unbelievable job putting the right pieces in place. That started with getting Trent Baalke as a general manager. Trent has pretty much dominated this space since he came on the scene as the general manager for the 49ers. Getting Jim Harbaugh and this incredible staff. This group bets on 2 things, because really you're betting as an organization. They bet on traits, competitive temperament, and then the development of those traits. So the personnel department does an incredible job identifying talent, the traits that fit their plan, and then turn it over to a great staff led by Jim Harbaugh to develop it. The thought that the NFL is not a developmental league is hogwash. You get players that start at one place and you take them to another place.
Hogwash.
They win championships, and the Niners have it dialed in. That entire NFC West has some of the best personnel people and coaches in the National Football League.
And how do you build it? Through the draft.
Yeah.
Started the draft. Mike Iupati, Anthony Davis, the offensive line, Navarro Bowman from that 2010 draft. 2011, Colin Kaepernick in the 3rd round, Aldon Smith in the 1st round. Talk about nailing the first couple picks. Last year, A.J. Jenkins.
Kaepernick in the 2nd round.
But we're going to wind up redshirting him, basically, and see what we can get out of him this year. You look at their drafts from 2010 and 2011, and that was the foundation for this organization. And it has afforded them the luxury of taking some chances on some players.
Yes.
And hopefully they can come in and do some special things. But if not, that's fine, because we've got everything in place. And by the way, it's only going to get better. When you draft a quarterback like Colin Kaepernick and you don't have to spend any money on him, it frees everything up.
Great point.
The New England Patriots won their Super Bowls when they weren't paying $20 million a year, let's say, in salary cap to Tom Brady. They got him as a 6th-round pick. It freed all the money up.
We always say the draft can catapult people to Super Bowl. San Francisco 49ers got nothing basically out of their draft except for Michael James late last year. He made some contributions. A.J. Jenkins is the guy who's going to be kind of on the spot. Step it up just a bit. They're helping out their wide receiver core. What do you expect, Trent, from A.J. Jenkins?
I think he's a good player because of what I said, the developmental process. So he was grinded all last year by that staff. He was constantly challenged to become a pro, to show it in practice. At the end of the year, he wasn't productive. But put on the tape of A.J. Jenkins running routes and top off the defense. And doing his job, the limited amount he was asked to do it, he did it very well. So the burden is on the staff now to find a way with Randy Moss gone to integrate him into the passing game.
And Anquan Bolden there.
And Anquan Bolden there, who's not just a great player, but a guy that will help mentor him in the room as well. I think A.J. Jenkins is going to be a productive player, and now they get Patton, the kid this year, who has great spatial awareness, highly productive. He'll push him. Environment of competition. I mean, there's a lot of teams doing it well. Nobody's doing it better than the Niners.
Again, the Niners entered this draft with 13 picks more than anybody else, 7 picks or better on the last day, and they've managed to parlay those picks into players that will help them in their situations and just enhance the hardcore roster of talent that they already have, which is why they've won that division the last 2 years, a division that is getting tougher and tougher each and every year. You know, some of us play for 4 quarters, overtime if needed, double overtime if needed. Others don't. Hey, it's been great working with you.
Taking my highlighters and I'm out.
Gotta go.
Thanks.
Trent's gotta go do